All right. Good morning. Hi, I'm Black Dragon. Welcome to Black Dragon Biker News Network. This is Black Dragon Biker TV. Biker news you can trust. Biker news you can use. Biker news from bikers' point of view. We got a few things going on this morning. First of all, we're going to do an update. Last night, Biker News Canada and I, Bob Jarvie, interviewed Harley Davidson Guindon of the former Hells Angel, who is now restarting his father's club, Satan's Choice Motorcycle Club. 1%ers out of Oshawa, Ontario area, from what I know. Okay, like I don't know Canada like that to be like naming cities like I know or something, but that's what I heard. And so we interviewed him last night, and it was I think it was an hour-long interview, and my God, there were over Biker News Canada had like 1,200 people watching, and I had a couple hundred at least on my channel. So this was a huge thing, and so we're going to tell you what we know, what we learned about that. Also, the pagans. There is a warning. The Colorado Springs Police Department and sheriffs and what have you have warned the citizens of Colorado Springs that as many as 700 pagans will be descending upon Colorado Springs. We're going to talk about that. And here's something that's been bugging me for a long time. Biker News Canada says just outside of Toronto. So there you go. I told you I didn't know. But I'd be talking like I know, and that's important. And we've been this is something that's been bothering me for a long time. So you remember when FSU attacked Higher Calling Christian Motorcycle Ministry Club and beat those guys up and took their colors? And then the outlaw showed up. Aaron Karp, I think was his name. Hope I'm not calling the wrong name. So one of the men's, so they got in a fight with the men because the Higher Calling happens to be not really a support club, but they're like the ministry, motorcycle ministry club for them up there. They're like I would say the what do you call those guys? The preacher things for that club, that they serve that function. And they walked in, these FSU guys walked in and beat them up and took their colors. Anyway, this led into the outlaws showing up to protect their club, and they get into it and they start beating those guys up. And then all of a sudden, one of those guys' wives, her name was Hugh, I believe, started shooting, and Aaron Karp shot back, if that was his name. I think that was his name. We'll see in the article. And laid her ass down. So he goes to prison. All these people get charged and all this kind of stuff. But the guys who started it didn't get charged. And I was just like wondering, how the hell is this possible? They robbed somebody on camp. We saw that. We saw them rob those guys. I mean, that's a robbery. When you beat up them guys and take their colors, that's a robbery. And only to come to find out that, holy moly, those two guys got charged today or earlier this month. So we're going to be looking at that all when we get back in 1 minute and 7 seconds. Thank you all for tuning in from wherever it is in the world that you happen to be. Harley Guindon, what do we know about Satan's Choice this morning and what he's trying to do? We'll cover all of this really briefly. Black Dragon Biker News. He's on YouTube. Black Dragon Biker News. Get yourself educated by his books and you'll learn how to move. Black Dragon Biker News. He covers it all. So click on the screen, hit subscribe to get updated Biker News with MC Protocol. A lot of phonies popped up on this YouTube. Biker News craze came about, but the man on this channel is the first to do it and the only one that never sold out. His name's Black Dragon. Started the Navy and hit the sea, revving Uncle Sam. They traded that uniform for leather vest from the Mighty Black Sabbath. Not the band, I'm talking about the Mighty Black Sabbath. MC, we're paid his dues.
MC protocol.
Wow! Ha! Alrighty then! Alrighty then. Hey, it's your boy Black Dragon Biker News Network. I can't seem to hit the right keys, but here we are. And I'd like to take a moment to introduce my co-host. We are the only channel out here we proudly boast the only biker club, motorcycle club channel with our own Dr. Logic in the house.
What's going on, everyone? What's going on, everyone? What's going on, Black Dragon? Good to be here.
I'm good, man. I'm good, bro. I'm good. So, how are you this morning, man?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Had a good lunch yesterday. I'm good.
A good lunch yesterday.
Uh-huh. You got a phone call.
I did?
Yeah, you did. You got a FaceTime or whatever they call that thing.
What FaceTime did I get?
You know what I'm talking about. When I was at lunch yesterday.
Oh, I did. Reef. If you guys don't know Reef, he's like one of the baddest motorcycle riders in the world. I mean, he's in a league up there with like Highway Smiley. You know Highway Smiley?
Yes,
you know of Highway Smiley?
Well, I got pictures, sat down, talk with Highway Smiley and everything, man. See, your people don't think I know people, bro. Yeah, I know Highway Smiley.
I never
got a patch from Highway Smiley.
I never said you didn't know people. I just didn't feel like you were
yeah, I know.
esteemed enough rider to know Highway.
I understand.
Smiley.
I understand.
Maybe he felt sorry for you and something. And
yeah. Okay.
What plaque did he give you?
Ground pounder.
Oh, you got a ground pounder.
It's a patch, not plaque. Patch.
Oh, I thought you said.
Patch. And it's funny that patch has a whole. It has.
He never gave me a ground pounder patch.
I don't know what to say about that, bro.
I was pounding the ground with Highway Smiley long before you were.
You probably
Mm-hmm.
No, I didn't. No. Let me say it. Let me say it right. I haven't ridden with Highway Smiley. But he acknowledged that when I did that ride, he acknowledged that and gave myself, my wife, Dimples gave my wife a patch, and they gave 250 one of our members a patch.
Okay. I'm not going to be hateful this morning. Okay. I'm not going to be hateful. Hey, we're going to talk about what we learned about Harley Guindon, but first we're going to step into this story right here, and then we'll come back to that. Lavish said he was coming. He'll be here.
Okay.
Let's see. Action. Here we go. So you guys remember this? This happened in Portland, and this was a very tragic story. This was the story about Morrill's Corner. There was we have the video and stuff, but we're not going to spend a lot of time this morning. But William and Troy McHugh have been indicted on robbery charges related to an alleged attack that occurred the same day as the fight that ended in the fatal shooting of McHugh's wife. So the guy whose wife was killed, man, his family's in big disarray, and now a year later, he's charged with murder. Or no, not murder, but assault and robbery. A grand jury in Cumberland County indicted two men accused of an assault and robbery last summer at a Westbrook tavern that led to the deadly shooting in Portland's Morrill's Corner neighborhood later that night. Bill Holmes, 49, longtime leader of the Portland street gang FSU. So they say it's not a street gang. FSU stands for F shit up, is what it stands for. And these guys started as an let me get this straight, an anti-fascist, anti-Nazi punk rock crew. So back in the days, I guess the Nazis and the fascists were joining punk rock, and these guys banded together to stop them. This is, so now these guys are in their 50s, right? And also, it turns out that a lot of them have been former outlaws and stuff like that. So they mixed into the biker community real hard. So this guy who's been a longtime leader of FSU and an accomplished Troy McHugh, who's 52, 49 and 52, these are old guys, right, to be doing this dumb shit. They decided that they would go into a bar where you had the Higher Calling Motorcycle Club. The Higher Calling is a Christian motorcycle club, and what's that word? That's what you are. You're an emergency padre. What?
Chaplain.
Chaplain. Thank you. I was looking for that word all morning. They are like the chaplains for the Outlaws Motorcycle Club up there. They're like their little Christian club. Maybe you could even look at them as like a support club, although I'm not sure if they wear support patches.
I remember that story.
Yeah, that story. So they were there in the bar at Morrill's Corner, just chilling, and it looked really bad because it looked like these guys walked up and just beat their asses and took their cuts. But what really was going on was they had two guys that showed up to learn about being, to hang around and learn about being members of Higher Calling. And they had a prospect there, and only one guy had a patch on. Only one guy was a full patch. At the time, I reported it as, look at this club getting their ass whooped. And it was horrible, but it really wasn't that. It was just really one guy that was really a full patch member, and he had a prospect with him, and then these other guys that were there to kind of see what it was going to be like to be in the club. And they got a rude awakening. These guys walk in, start slapping one guy across the about the head and shoulders or whatever the case may be, and they just took their colors from him. That is robbery, my friends. That is robbery.
They beat up a Christian club.
They beat up a Christian club. So the first question was like, what the hell are they doing? They're FSU, a street gang. What do they know about? Why are they taking cuts? Well, it turns out that because they are so deeply embedded and in and out of motorcycle clubs, especially like the Outlaws motorcycle clubs, these guys had a lot of information about the motorcycle club scene, and therefore that's why they did that. So that's the backstory. No, there's more to the backstory. So when they started slapping these guys around and taking their colors or whatever, one guy gets on the phone call and calls Big Brother, which is what you do. If you're a support club for a 1% club, you call Big Brother. Hey, man, these guys over here tripping hard, man. They took our cuts and shit. What do we do? And the Outlaws crew said, oh, we'll be right there. And they rolled in like, you know what that is, don't you?
Lone Ranger.
The 7th Cavalry.
It's Lone Ranger.
7th Cavalry.
Still Lone Ranger.
That's the charge bugle, man.
Yeah, I know what it is.
That's the charge bugle. Anyway, they come rolling in, man, and they start handling business. And unfortunately, while they were whipping up on these two goons for starting this shit, Susan McHugh, the wife of Troy McHugh, pulls out her pistol and just lets loose. Pow, 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 pow. And that's when the young man, I want to say Aaron Carr, but I got to make sure that's the right name. But the young man shoots back and takes her ass out. And so he had to, and so they charged with him with murder and stuff like that. And I think he copped a plea. He copped a plea, if I remember right. And but still had to face some jail time. When they knew that he still had a strong case for self-defense because she started shooting first and stuff. So I always wondered, but who are these two dudes that get to like rob people in daylight and broad nightlight with cameras and everything, and nobody ever charged them? Like, what did they have on the sheriff or something? Well, they've been charged. Bill Holmes, a longtime leader of Portland Street Gang FSU, albeit a year later, they've been charged. And Troy McHugh, 52, the widow of the shooting victim, Susan McHugh. So this guy who lost his wife is now facing charges. They were indicted earlier this month on multiple charges. And this is already early in the month, so I don't know how earlier. Was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago? They got 2 counts of robbery for McHugh. 2 counts of robbery. Isn't that like 20 years? 1 involving a firearm. And 3 counts against Holmes, including 1 assault charge and 2 robbery charges. Each robbery charge, of course, is for each cut that they took. 1 involving the threat of violence. Both men have made bail and have since been released from custody. The beef allegedly began on July 30th of last year when Holmes observed members of Higher Calling, a Christian-based motorcycle club, wearing club patches on the back patio of the Brookside, a bar restaurant on Route 302. Holmes and his associates, including Troy McHugh, allegedly roughed up the young bikers, including Christopher Marriott, 32, who appears to be a Higher Calling member. So they've got it correct here. There was only 1 actual member, and the other guy was a prospect. This must be a picture of Higher Calling Motorcycle Club. This must be a picture of them. Brothers of Blood, it says here. Charity.
So were they? Oh, so you said they're the chaplains of the other club. Okay.
Yeah, that's the way they explain it to me. So there they are. There, some of them. I don't know if this is a current picture or back then. Okay, so look, it says right here. Christopher Marriott, 3rd from the right, with fellow biker club members, Higher Calling has organized many charity motorcycle rides in association with local nonprofits and government. These are like higher call. They got a higher calling out there. Their calling is higher. Why would you beat those guys up? This guy here don't really look like you could really whoop his ass. I mean, just saying. And this guy either.
Just because you big don't mean you can fight.
Yeah, but you don't just be swinging at them big guys. Following the fracas, Holmes and his friends returned to Portland, and members of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club, with whom Higher Calling is affiliated, they're getting really good now with the story, were made aware of the alleged assault and theft of 1 or more of Higher Calling's patches. A large group of outlaws confronted Holmes and McHugh's along with their sons, Travis Frechette, in an auto repair shop parking lot, allegedly wielding hammers. Police say shots were fired by both groups and a bullet fatally struck Susan McHugh. That is just so not how it happened. Shots were fired from both groups. Well, I guess shots were fired from both groups. That makes it seem like both groups were just out there in a melee. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, They went to go fight. Yeah.
You can see a Starsky and Hutch. Pew, 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 pew.
Now you be naming these old shows like I be doing over here, and they be calling me old. So
That's not what happened. That's not what happened. What happened? I saw the video.
What had happened was
they were fighting, and she pulled out a pistol and just clap, 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 clap.
That was in the parking lot, right?
Yeah, and the other dude pulled out his pistol and laid her ass down. That's what happened. Unfortunately. Anti-fascists, and they go around beating people up because of the clothes they are wearing. I think those dudes need a dictionary. Papa Penguin, man, he is.
Somebody gave a shout out to Big Sale on the feed. You was reading.
What time? I'm gonna delete that. I'm deleting his ass from my whole show. Where is that?
Don't delete him.
He's got to go.
Don't delete him. Where's it at? It was a while ago. Let me see if I can find it.
Yeah, boy, I missed that.
11:01.
Let me go delete this mofo from my channel, bro.
Don't delete him. Don't delete him.
Gave a shout out to that crumb bag. I'm finding it. I'm looking for it, man.
Big Lock Joker 6259.
Oh, was that Big Lock Joker? He's always, he's always.
Don't delete him. I just thought it was funny.
Thank you for continuing great MC news at Jefferson County, Ohio Fair. Thank you for tuning on. Big Lock Joker, man. He's always on my ass about something. Where is that at, man? I got to find that real quick. Shout out to Big Sale. He did that on purpose, man. Don't shout Big Sale out here, man. That's 2 demerits for you, Big Lock Joker. 2 demerits, bro. That's 2 demerits, bro. 2 demerits. Anyway, back to the story now that it's been poisoned by Big Lock Joker. Following that fracas, Holmes and his friends returned to Portland, and members of the Outlaws showed up with their sons. Police say shots were fired by both groups, and a bullet fatally struck Susan McHugh. Holmes and Troy McHugh were both injured but remained uncharged with any crime until now. Yeah, those guys were like knocked out cold or something. They were in a coma or something. Like they got hit in the head. One of the guys.
Because they got punched?
Well, no, they got hit with hammers.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't take our people's cuts. What the fuck's wrong with you? Yeah, here it is. I knew I had the name right. Outlaw biker. It should say Outlaws biker. It can. Both of these are right. He's an outlaw biker, but he's in the Outlaws. Outlaws biker Aaron Karp, 47 years old, pleaded guilty to manslaughter in this case and was sentenced to, I thought it was 5 years. Jesus, 15 years in Maine State Prison. Oh, all but 5 years were suspended. Okay, so he got 15 years, 5 years were suspended. This is that story.
No, all but 5 years. So he got 15 years, 10 years was suspended. Didn't you say all but 5 years?
Yes.
So 10 years was suspended. Yeah.
So he got 5 years, right? He got 5 years.
Yes.
10 years suspended. So this is Susan Karp, now gone. She very beautiful lady. She was very famous in the punk rock scene. It was a very sad thing that she was killed because she was very famous and very well loved in the area. And so this is my first time seeing a picture of her ever. And the widow of the woman killed last summer during a melee at Portland's Morrill's corner is expressing outrage over a plea deal. So the widow, her husband, was expressing outrage over a plea deal that would keep the prime suspect in the murder case in prison for only 4 more years at most. But you started the shit. How can you be mad over some shit you started? You got your wife killed on that bullshit, and now you're mad. The man whom police allege murdered Susan McHugh in a Meineke. Meineke's a muffler shop. I don't know if you've ever heard of them before. Meineke is a muffler shop around here anyway. Parking lot on July 30th. Aaron Karp is believed likely to plead guilty to a lesser charge in exchange for a 15-year sentence with all but 5 years suspended. And the reason they did that is because it was going to be hard to find that guy guilty, especially since she shot first and her husband started the shit. So I think that's why they were willing to be more, Karp, a member of the Outlaws Motorcycle Club, has been in prison without bail since last summer, so the deal would free him by 2030 or a year or more earlier. 2030 is still a long-ass ways away. Depending on his conduct behind bars, a hearing in the offer is scheduled for tomorrow morning in Cumberland County Superior Court. Karp's attorney, Vernie Paraday Jr., did not respond to a request for comment, but details of the deal were confirmed by multiple sources connected to the case. The plea deal was arranged. So he got the plea deal. That did happen. Cops and prosecutors are undoubtedly frustrated by a lack of cooperation by club members sworn to protect their brothers and by the grainy surveillance video of the Morrill's corner attack, in which it's difficult to identify the participants and the exact sequence of the violent acts. But the public has been frustrated by the cops' unwillingness to share details about their apparent indifference to the possibility these attacks mark the start of a citywide war. All this was going on. I know the guy who wrote this. This very, very excellent writer. I've spoken with him a few times, and he knows a hell of a lot about this. He really educated me about what was going on up there. So he only got 5 years. 4 others associated with the club faced aggravated assault charges. So they really tore the club up, and they went after the club first. Holmes could not be reached for comment. His attorney, Rob Andrews, declined to comment at this time, citing a lack of information about the case. It's unclear who's representing McHugh. The Office of Cumberland County District Attorney Jackie Sartoris declined comment, so nobody's talking. And this is him and his wife, who's now gone. Bail conditions prevent Holmes and McHugh from contacting one another, so they can't talk to each other, or Marriott. They also prevent McHugh from contacting his son, Frechette. So now he can't even talk to his son for the next year or so, however long this trial goes, whom Holmes is also barred from contacting. So neither one of the defendants can contact any of the other people that were in this. Frechette was not indicted of the people that were there. Tensions between the Outlaws and FSU members have remained high, sustaining concern in the community that a gang-style war of retribution could erupt. Holmes' car, a vintage Pontiac GTO, was vandalized in Portland a couple of weeks ago with all or most of its windows smashed. An investigation of that incident has been initiated. So that is what's going on in this case. So this guy right here is now indicted, along with this guy right here are now indicted. And these are the 2 guys that started the shit. So, hey, maybe justice
prevailed.
Maybe, because one guy who didn't start it is in jail. Mama Iron Ranger, you need to show paperwork why you're worthy of parole, pretty much. What are you guys talking about? You guys are talking about something else.
You missed a whole conversation on this chat, bro.
What?
Your boy Motogato shout out Sos the Ghost, and people say, "Hey man, Sos the Ghost is the man." I watched all of Sos the Ghost stuff.
Oh, and so everybody's just messing with me today,
yeah.
Huh?
And then I'll wait till you get to the main stuff, because you can explain to Kevin Chamberlain 7928 that Satan's Choice, the name, is an old name.
What a stupid cliche of a name. Well, all of the names are stupid. I mean,
not mine, not ours.
Yeah, your name is stupid too.
No, our name's not stupid.
Like,
I know. Was Black Sabbath stupid?
Hey, Mama Iron Range 81. we don't say that over here. We don't.
I love Sos the Ghost podcast. Demons Roll.
Yeah, we don't mess with that dude, bro.
I used to watch Sos the Ghost myself.
No, get that. Yeah, you know what? I'm about to take your ass off the show. Hey, man, you got to go, bro.
I mean, I used to watch Sos too. You know, I was watching the progression of the Thug Riders, and then because Sos the Ghost was a member at one time.
He was a member for 23 seconds. Let me not get into this.
A lot of information, but he had a patch on. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think your name is stupid there, Lavish Boogie? Now you think your name's stupid?
No, man.
Of course not.
It's not a stupid name to me, because we known to Boogie on down.
See, hey, every name has to have a meaning.
Of a motorcycle club is stupid. She laughs at our names of our motorcycle clubs, and she laughs at the names of us: Black Dragon, Logic, Killer Sam.
My name has
a real name was Lavish T. Williams. It's the only person I know that they call Lavish T. Williams, like on the biker set. Like, what's his name? Lavish T. Williams.
But my name has meaning. Black Dragon. How long you had that name?
Since I was 17.
Okay, so it has meaning. It's followed you throughout your,
It has
pretty much your life.
It has.
Watch this. Lavish. How long you had that name? I'm playing.
Oh my goodness! Just a fortnight. All right. Here we go with the main story this morning, and that is, man, that that show we had on last night was really, really informative. We got to listen to Harley Davidson Guindon up there.
Is his name? You keep saying Harley Davidson. I mean, is his name really Harley Davidson?
His name was Harley Davidson. His parents were bikers, big time bikers. His mother was a biker, or with the club or something like that. I learned all that from Tasha.
That's like people naming their baby Mercedes and
man's
Porsche.
whole history.
Man, that podcast last night it had like 5,500 views. Today, when I last looked earlier today, it was at 9,000 views.
Wow.
It's been a while. Black Dragon, what is he doing? Or what did that podcast do? Or is it just that it's that big of a deal in that area? Because I was looking, I was like, wow, the views for that podcast was like up there, especially for a live.
Right.
He had, so on Biker News Canada's channel, there were 1,200 people watching it live.
1,200 people was watching it at one time?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's the subject. And that's when you get good subject matter, good content right there.
He has a very small channel.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and to get those people, I don't know where they came from, what made them focus in on that show for that night and how the word got out. I was like, man.
Lavish, I have received more than 25 phone calls from Oshawa, Ontario, Toronto, Canada in the past 4 days, ever since we first covered that show. People have been calling.
Well, if they looking, then
they can't vote for you, though, Lavish.
Maybe they can share the word to somebody.
If you folks up in Canada know somebody down here in Detroit, tell them to go vote for Lavish. So
Biker News said he only advertised for 2 days.
Man, I was looking, and I was just like, wow, I had caught the tail end. When I say the tail end, the live was going off last night. But when I had set on my computer, I had looked at the views. I'm like, goodness gracious, this thing is going.
It is a big story there. So you got to understand who Bernie Guindon is there. He is the Sonny Barger of Canada. He's like the Papa. He is big news there, and he has done amazing things in that area, noteworthy things. I mean, he is a real hardcore biker. He went to prison, all that stuff. Been in biker wars. He started the Satan's Choice again. Okay, so Satan's Choice was already existed, and they went out of existence. And there was one big bad club there that was beating everybody up. And so Bernie Guindon brought the Satan's Choice back together. He left his club, brought Satan's Choice back together, and brought all these other clubs in. It took like 7 clubs that banded together to whoop those guys' asses and get them off of them. Like it's a crazy story, man. They made Wikipedia too.
Urban legend. Urban legend.
Yeah, it's a definitely an urban legend. And he's still alive, so he's a legend in his 80s now, a living legend. And so so this story has all. So then the Hells Angels came in. So half of the club went over to the Outlaws initially, and the Outlaws thought they were going to get the whole club. And this was probably while the Outlaws and Hells Angels were probably trying to establish dominance there, which I believe the Hells Angels probably got the biggest dominance. The Hells Angels took over the rest of the club. And so the club ceased to exist for, I think it was 2010 or something when it all finally ended up, sometime around there. And now Harley grows up. His parents are bikers and everything. They named him Harley Davidson Guindon. He grows up. As I understand it, maybe not with as much contact with his father, because his father was in jail some of the time, and I think we learned that he went to a foster home and stuff like that. But he followed in his father's footsteps to some extent and became a full patch member of the Hells Angels and rose to sergeant at arms, we learned last night. So he was like the real deal. He went to prison for 11 years. So he has the prison jacket, and he said that he ran every prison yard he was ever at. So this guy is fluent in street gangs, he's also a rapper, and has a music company, music studio, and they tell me that all the rappers that come to town go and hang out at his store. He's got a 12,000 foot store. So he's like you, has cars and trucks and.
Can't hear you, Lavish.
He's got cars.
I said this guy's getting money in some type of way.
Oh yeah, he's a millionaire. He talks like you. He talks like a millionaire. He talks like, yeah, man, I just had to spend $250,000 on that.
Whoa. I mean, I don't talk like that.
It cost me $250,000. She did? Yeah, mine cost me $250.
Wow. Mine's cost me $2.50.
He talks about losing money like it ain't. Yeah, I lost $1 million on that. You did. But he's not.
I'm doing something wrong, man. I'm doing something completely wrong.
Oh, Moto Gato said he left as VP. 2000, Hell's HA patched over several clubs in 2000 to get a foothold in Ontario. So my chat out there is keeping us right. It was 2000, not 2010. Thank you for that. It was 2000. So he has like this. He has the pedigree to do this. When in terms of. He spent the time in prison. He's got, and so another thing we learned. So I really thought he was going to be a disjointed, crazy looking dude. Like we were talking, like there's no way that's going to happen. It might happen because he is definitely challenged the people. There are two people. He's like me. There are really just about 4 people in my club that I hate. The national president who tried to out me and do me wrong, and his little generals. So. He's got like 2 people in his club that he hates from the Hells Angels. And because of that, he has waged war, and he decided to because, a lot of clubs, they do this to themselves. They're uncompromising, and they feel like they're going to throw a person out bad or whatever they're going to do, like they tried to do with me. And what you do is you turn that mofo into a rebel. And when you turn somebody with charisma into a rebel, somebody that actually has the ability to build something, now you got something you never intended. And it really wouldn't have been like that if you had just compromised. And a lot of times clubs don't do that. And so that's where club splits happen. And that's just what this is, a damn club split. He is split, but he's got a few things that most people who split clubs or split from clubs don't have. One is the fact that just about most of the indigenous clubs, especially in Oshawa, the indigenous clubs are gone. They were patched over. Outlaws came in, Hells Angels came. These American clubs came in. The Rebels came in from Australia. You got another club that came in from Italy. He said last night, I forget that club that came in from Italy. What was that, Biker News Canada? So these clubs came in from these other places. And there's no more indigenous clubs. So the fact that he comes out with I'm bringing back Satan's Choice, that was born here, that came from here, that is here, that, man, he told us he's got 110 people already in 10 days.
Ready to patch up.
That have already patched over. I guess they just don't have any patches to patch over to yet. But I'm sure that's coming. And the choice, as we call them in Canada, were a bunch of losers that went over. We're a bunch of losers that won over. We're a bunch of... Okay, so Frank Jr., tell us how you really feel, bro.
Well, I missed that. What happened?
Losers,
The choice, as we call them, here in Canada, were a bunch of losers that went over. We're a bunch of losers that won over. We're a bunch of losers. Wow. Okay. Frank, we appreciate you. I like what Harley G said about having something for Canadians that has Canadian origins and they ride coast to coast in Canada. Yeah, so we learned a lot about this. one percenter last night that we never get like one percenters to talk to that come on and just like talk. So that was very interesting. And we asked him about that. What are you doing? And he's kind of like me, man. They started it. They went on first. They ceased, like, so much of this. I told him, I said, yeah, young man, I see so much of what happened in my own story and your story. Like, when a club puts you out bad, right? When a club puts you out bad and they put you out, you become a citizen. You have no voice. When you have no voice, they can do whatever the hell they want to you. And you don't get to say nothing. You're a citizen now. You don't get to go to any of the meetings. You don't get to protect yourself. It's everything against you. So he just, okay, well, if I ain't got no voice, okay, I got a social media channel. I'm a rapper. I got people that listen to me. So he just started speaking. I can't speak in the meeting. I'll speak outside. My club tried that, but I have a voice. I got a big ass MFing voice. So I'll eviscerate you motherfuckers every chance I get online. And that's exactly what I do. So I told him to be nice. But I have to tell me to be nice too. Because I understand his anger. I really do. Not Italy. They said Italy last night. The loners. That's the club they were saying. But not Italy. I don't know where they're from. But they're not indigenous. So he's bringing that peace back. And I can see it getting huge because it would be very popular. Like, this is our club from here. This is a Canadian root club. I can see that thing getting huge. If it's already got 110 people and there's something else. It was the second largest motorcycle club in the world at one point when they had like 400 members.
What club?
Satan's Choice.
The Choice, as it's called.
Oh, no stuff.
And they call it the Choice in Canada. I just learned. What is bad about the whole thing? He left in good terms and then changed his status to out bad within a week. That is that bullshit that be happening.
So they rethought about it.
Well, out bad is used to isolate you. That's what it's for, to isolate you. And Loners, he said, is an Italian club. Yeah, that's what I heard, Biker News Canada. Out bad is a term they use to isolate you where nobody will mess with you. Unless you got that super big voice where you can overcome the out bad. It's not easy. I've met a lot of people that cannot overcome out bad. They went from Italy. They weren't from Italy. It was Frank Letty who started them. Okay, Donnie, I'm not going to argue because I don't know. Look it up real quick. The Loners Motorcycle Club, Logic. Let us know where it came from. Wikipedia will tell us.
I'm not messing with Wikipedia.
I know you're not. Only the finest ice cubes are farmed in Canada. Where does that come from? Do ice cubes come from Canada?
That's your boy.
How do all good? Hey to all. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. We are. Frank, Loners MC. They didn't come from
1979. It says the Loners MC is an outlaw motorcycle club founded in Woodbridge, Ontario, Canada, in 1979 by Gennaro Rosa and Frank Letty. It has chapters in Canada.
Well, they were founded by Italian guys.
Yeah. And say it has chapters in Canada, Italy, and the United States and other countries.
Oh, there's some loners here? I didn't know that. Are they one percenters?
Yep. It's an outlaw motorcycle club with a diamond.
Biker News Canada said, I found Biker News Canada. Why aren't you in here, bro? You don't have the link here?
You know what? One thing I liked, I listened to the show last night. One thing that he said is, because you had made a comment that people were saying he needed to talk to the elders. Did the elders give him approval? And he turned around and said the elders are going to be in his charter.
Somebody said the elders didn't approve him.
Right.
The elders didn't approve him. And he said, how would they know?
What they approved.
How would they know? Like, who's spoken to the elders?
And then he said that elders are part of his. He's making them part of his charter.
And that's, so I found a lot of what he said to be kind of credible. Like only that, like that's something that somebody would say that is like an utterance. What do they call that? Some kind of an utterance. Like when you utter something, like that's accepted in court. I forget they call it a something utterance. Like when somebody just says something out like that. Like when people die and they say something on their deathbed. Like they take that in court as an utterance. Like that has it has meaning because just how quickly you said it. It was almost like a reaction. Like, yeah, what? How would they know? How would they effing know? Who I've talked to, and they and who would know? We don't accept Canadian hockey teams. What?
Who said that?
K. Wayne. What's going on, Q? He did, but they started in Woodbridge. Okay, so he did say they came from Italy, but they started in Woodbridge by Italian Canadians. We got it now. We got it. Biker News Canada, I sent you a link so you can come on in here. Biker News Canada, you did a great job on the interview last night, and I agree with you, bro. He was raised by some real powerhouse one percenters. Now, he's not his father. He's not his father yet. Nobody is that until they prove themselves. But he definitely has a running start. He definitely has the pedigree, and he's putting the time. But this is not like some grade school kid. Like, he's 40 years old. He's a man, and he put 11 years in prison. He knows street gangs and everything. Another thing he talked about the structure. They're going to have the motorcycle club, which is the Satan's Choice MC, is the top. They're going to have a support club. They're going to have a riding club. Check this shit out. They're going to have a street team. He said it's not a street gang, but it's a street.
Almost like what the Rough Riders had.
Street crew, almost like what the Rough Riders have. Almost like
the Rough Riders used to have a street team, a forward team to go out when they. Yeah,
I thought of the Rough Riders when he was saying this. So it's so young. It's like the young thing, but he's got the street team. He's got the car clubs. I'm sure a truck club, and then he's got something that the Black Sabbath had, and that was the support crew. These are people that don't ride motorcycles or anything at all. They just want to be down. We called them our support crew, and we had support crew cuts for them. They're the guys who drove the chase vehicles and set up the tents and the camps, and they just wanted to be down. We had a cut for their ass too.
I have a question. Why is it that I'm not for or against? We just report the news. Why is it that when for somebody to do this and they want to, and people say they got to prove themselves, why proving yourself always have to be violent?
Okay.
Why can't it just be he's building or anybody's building a nice organization from an old name and they're going out to do their thing? Why does it always have to be you got to prove yourself with violence? Does it always have to be that?
Well, I don't think it always got to be that, but you got to look at the circumstances in this case. It's a little different than a humble welcoming party. Like, oh man, there's some real good guys, man. I think they're gonna, do real good. It's gonna be a nice thing to set. I don't think it's gonna be that.
Well, Frank, he didn't say he ran every yard in Canada. He said he ran every yard he was in. There
ain't even that many jails in Canada.
You said what?
There's not even that many jails in Canada.
Canada, the country?
Yeah, there's not that many jails. But anyways, he was in maximum security penitentiary in Ontario, down with the big boys. 100% he was down with the big guys.
What does that mean?
He knows the same people I know. He's down with lifers and stuff like that. Guys that ain't coming home, and that's pretty rare in the Canadian penal system.
Oh, that's right. You don't have a lot of guys that ain't coming home. They don't even do that. You guys have like slap them on the wrist and let them their ass right back out into society. Like
exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's been there, done that, even on that side of the wall, right?
Yeah. Well, what did you take from it all, Biker News?
I thought he was pretty open and honest. He slipped out those two names. I kind of preferred that he wouldn't have, but I expected him to, so that's okay. It came and it went, and he didn't make a big thing about it where it went on for 5-10 minutes. So, and I think that those fellas knew who he was talking about without him having to say the names. You know what I mean? But other than that, I don't mind his vision and what he's got in his mind and all that stuff. And, you know, I'm like everybody. I don't have a dog in the race, but I'd like to see him succeed for some reason. I really would.
Would you help him? Would you help him by joining him?
Nah, let's do that off air.
Bob is retired, man. Bob's retired from a big ass 1% club, a real deal club. Yeah, you don't know Bob. Bob is a real deal dude. We don't know because he's just Bob Jarvie to us, Biker News Canada. But your boy went to prison and shit too. How do I find you folks, Lavish? I'm scared of y'all, man. I am.
Man, we just everyday people, man. We just everyday people that made mistakes and switched it up when we corrected them.
That's it, man.
That's right.
I like to move like you, Lavish. Have a nice smile on my face. Be friendly to the people that deserve it, and just do what I'm doing. I don't care what my past was.
Right. That was just that, man. The past.
Yeah.
Let the past be the past.
If you want to send party flyers to me, please send them to, and let me put it up here, my email address. That's the only place I want to get party flyers.
I sent you one in the inbox.
Which inbox?
The one we talked back and forth on.
Okay.
The phone.
Okay.
So, Boss Hog,
y'all be DMing each other.
Don't do that. No.
Boss Hog CJ's got a good question.
I just asked the question. Hold on, Biker News.
Okay, go ahead, bro.
Black Dragon over there laughing. All I did was ask the question. I just said, y'all be DMing each other. Man.
Don't do that.
He said it's in the DM that we normally talk here, so I'm like, wow, y'all be DMing each other.
Don't do that. Why?
I am not even gonna. Never mind.
Why do you have to? You can't be. I was trying to tell that young man last night. Y'all don't have no.
I mean, that was just a question. I just asked.
It wasn't just no question.
Go ahead, Biker News.
No. See, there was a question from Boss Hog CJ asking if we were going to get people from the other side of the conversation on. And
Hell no.
I put that open. Open out there, but. Like Dragon says, I don't expect.
Hell no, the Hells Angels are not coming on.
No,
that's not happening. I think it's in their charter that they can't do that. That might even be in their charter.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not. No, the Hells Angels are not coming on Black Dragon show or
permanent record on a tape somewhere.
Yeah, they're not. But if you want to, we are here.
Yeah. Yep, that's how I put it out there.
Yeah, if you want to put your side of the story out, we are here for that. Now, they may send us a statement or something like that. They've done that before.
So, I mean, have you heard any static from that side?
No.
Oh, okay, well.
Yeah, because real gangsters move in silence.
Now, you know what I have got is today on on Facebook, it says a little scroll, people you may know. And I always assume that's people that have been checking out your profile. And there's 2 or 3 guys I know that are members of the HA in the people you may know scroll. So they might have been checking me out, but they know me too. They know me from back when I was in the club days. We all know each other.
Hey, they tell me you were pretty high up in the club. You never told me that before.
Well, there's some controversy, and this cracks me up. So that I'm glad you asked me, because I finally get a chance to clear this up. Because in my book, I rose to chapter president. So what happened was I was VP already of the chapter, my second or third year being VP. When I got back from England, we had chapter elections, and Hammer was president, I was vice president. So when the patchover came in 2000, eventually the president left to go with the 81. So who does that leave as president? In most circumstances, it would be the VP, right? Mm-hmm. But there was a guy there with more seniority than me, and he was a sergeant at arms. So I said, bro, you take over the president. You know more people than I do, and et cetera, et cetera. Well, about 2 months later, he got arrested. So again, who did that leave?
Of course, the guy who doesn't want it.
I kept giving it away. I'm like, no. And then about 10 days later, I got arrested. So, and that was our chapter just getting picked apart by the cops from the other team.
Yeah. So, CJ, no, I doubt that we'll get anybody. We may get a statement. Sometimes that happens. We do get calls, but they're never going to be, they always start with, don't tell anybody I called. They always start with that. And so sometimes we get enlightened. Sometimes we actually are given permission, or whatever you might want to call it, to put something out or whatever. I normally have a policy. I'm not going to tell your story. So if you have a story to put out, you got to put it out. And so we don't get them. But from time to time, we do tell their story. So, yeah. Like your video the other night, Black Dragon, bikers are regular people. Yes. Black Dragon did the Me Too shit get sorted out. It got sorted out. It was a Me Too, and that was that. So somebody said, shh, let Bob speak.
I think he wanted more elaboration on that by asking the question.
Well, we're late into the show. We can do that. We can do that as well. When someone is out bad,
we're gonna go this time, lavish.
I'm just saying if K Wayne asked the question, I'm sure he wanted something more. That was like a brush off answer that you gave him, man. You know what I'm saying?
It was a brush off. Did you need to call that out?
We didn't spend much time on that last night because I don't like that kind of talk anyway. And we let him say a couple quick sentences, and then we moved on to the next thing.
Yeah, that was Biker News Canada's show. I was just thank you for having me on that show, man. And
thank you for coming.
That was really cool to be on this show in front of all your Canadian folks. And that was your biggest moment so far. And it was so cool to be a part of that, man.
I'm glad you were. Thank you for coming, man. Like I say, you took the pressure off me, and you came at him with some questions I wouldn't have asked, or I might not have thought of, right? So sometimes it's better with more people.
Hollywood always, when he wants to do a big interview, he always calls me up and says, hey, man, you want to... The only one he didn't get me on, I wanted to go on it, but I was a little reticent about it. I wish I had done it, was when he interviewed Little Dave from when Little Dave left the Mongols. That was a big interview for him. Motogato, when someone is called out bad, when someone is out bad, do bikers actually not mess with those folks? Or does one or the group not wear their cut to hang with that person? In the old days, if you were out bad, nobody messed with you. Nobody talked to you. You were gone. You were off the set, period. But it has been used so negatively, like with Harley. He said he left the club amicably. He left, and then a week later, he's now out bad. The term out bad is really used to isolate you and throw you off the set. The protection for the club is no contact. If the club wants to be protected from your ass because you're horrible, they just put you on no contact. The out bad was an especially egregious thing. Out bad is meant to protect the motorcycle set from your janky ass. So
Right.
Not particularly has the motorcycle set ever really been so invested in protecting the motorcycle set from people, unless you really did some out bad, egregious, pedo stuff or something.
Or snitched. You don't want your active members talking to a snitch. That goes without saying.
So typically we would just see no contact, but now, today's clubs use out bad and for various reasons. My club used out bad because they were trying to destroy my career. And did I do that again?
It's true because
I'm
a lot of people
will
will come on your show in the comments and blast me, and trying to get people to dislike me. I guess I don't know. So I just ignore it. But Frank, the Vagabonds were a one chapter club in Toronto. Good bunch of guys, mostly Italian heritage. And they rolled along with the other Italian guys down there in Etobicoke, if you know the people I mean. And now this is a story I get. I wasn't there to see it in person. When the patch over happened in 2000, 81 went to them and said, you guys can't be a 1%er club no more. And they took the 1% diamond off. Again, that's just rumor, but I have heard it from a few people. But they're still around, and you know what? I knew a few of them. They're good guys, older fellas now. They're not up to any ruckus or any BS. They just want to ride their bikes. So that's who the Vagabonds are. And they have a sister club in Detroit called Scorpions. And they do go to Detroit quite often to hang out with the Scorpions. You know of them?
All right, so I know the Scorpions. I actually know a couple of them. But you said sister club. We don't, that verbiage. Why do you call it the sister club? Is that what they call it? We call it clubs, brother. Like the brotherhood clubs, or things of that nature. Just for my understanding and learning purposes, they call them They call them sister clubs.
Well, that's how it was put to me. When I heard it, so that stuck in my head. But I would assume brother club would be a better explanation because, as far as I know, like the club from Canada is a guys club, so it wouldn't be a sister club as in co-ed, but they just call them a sister club. That's how it was put to me.
Yeah, I've heard sister club a lot.
Okay, no, this is my first time hearing that. That's why I'm asking.
They've got a patch cut in half, and it says Vagabonds on one half and Scorpions on the other half, and they both clubs wear those on their cuts.
Okay,
as far as I know.
Yeah, sister club is not a negative thing. I've heard it many times before. Okay. In America, we kind of call them brother clubs, but I've heard it sister clubs in America too as well. So affiliated clubs, closest brother.
Yeah, but I know the Scorpions in they got a fucking stage in their yard, man.
Ghost Eagle said, and if you was out bad in the day, not even a flea would have anything to do with you.
Yeah. But that's what that's what they use it for now, is to isolate the guy who they put out bad over agreement.
I see this now. Okay. Out bad means 86 from the set, says Muzzleplex. Black Dragon was asking some tough shit last night and then asking straightforward follow-up questions when the gentleman would give surface level answers. Your boy was standing on business. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm gonna do my interviews, and I wanted to know a bunch of stuff. Hey, and he answered when I pressed,
and you got straight into it.
Yeah, he wasn't afraid of a motherfucker. When I pressed, he came back. He didn't run from the answers. He left HA a few years ago to care for his father and was out good. When he tried to get back in and was blocked and started his online stuff, he was made out bad. Yeah, like I say, okay, yeah. I remember the choice banging around Hamilton. My sisters hung out with a lot of different bikers back in the 70s. Vic is married to a biker, still been 50. Rick 74 just rode to Thunder Bay on back.
That's a 9-hour ride from Hamilton each way.
I've heard of sister clubs just the same as mother club. All right, so I guess that's it. Did we covered everything we were supposed to, didn't we?
I believe so.
Yep.
I want to give a shout out.
Well, I'm about to go ahead and let you give it a shout out, man. I got to get off this thing, man. I got to be prepared to make this 12 o'clock call. So I want to get at y'all Monday. Hope everybody have a great, safe weekend.
All right, there, Lavish.
Much love, Lavish.
All right, Biker News.
Have a good
man.
weekend.
Great show.
Thank
All right.
you. You going, Logic?
I can get a shot. I'm waiting for Black Dragon. I don't know what he's doing there.
I was looking at the comments trying to
let me get this shout out. Let me get a shout out.
Oh yeah, give your shout out. I was quiet.
Oh, okay. I don't know if he's on tonight, on today, but I saw something online and I want to give a shout out to the Boldest Riders MC out of New York. And the reason why I'm giving a shout out because they had the mayor of New York in their clubhouse having a meeting about an A-bait meeting. So I got the picture. I'm looking at the pictures and everything. I saw a little bit of the live yesterday. I said, all right, give a shout out. That's a good thing though. When you get the mayor to come down to an MC clubhouse and talk about motorcycle stuff, man, you know, that's good, bro. That's good. So shout out to Boldest Riders MC. Nice
one. I think a bait should be more important now than they've ever been. With all the distracted drivers out there wiping us out, bikers, a bait should really have their voice amplified, and they should be wherever they got to be to get the something changed so that we're a little more safer out there.
Yeah.
Well, damn, Biker News Canada, you're a major show now, bro.
Thank you. I'm glad.
Let me go. I see you. Biker News Canada.
Hold up. We can.
Logic.
Hold on, Logic. Here, bro. Oh shit, man! Looky here.
You got Mike Paul coming aboard. Hi,
you got people coming on. You
can... hold on. I'm letting you go right now. Here. Hold on. Here you go. I don't want to start nothing.
Don't start. All right, y'all. Y'all know the brother over here got to get to work and everything before I get on Tuesday this afternoon. But listen, if you out there riding, no matter where you're riding at, cross country, I got brothers riding across this country of ours. Remember these words: to ride hard, ride safe, and always ride on faith and keep it logical. Peace.
Be well.
All right, bros.
Bye-bye. Okay. Hey, Bob, I'm going to just take two minutes here to say again, you did a great job, man. It was good to see you last night. Mike was on the show. Mike, what did you think about that? That was crazy, wasn't it?
That was crazy. I gotta hand it to you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I loved it. It went really well.
Yeah, it did.
All right. I'm going to get out of here because I'm getting ready to travel. I'll be in South Carolina tomorrow. So
as soon as I raid you're going to end the show. That's cool.
Did you raid?
Of course.
Oh, thanks, man.
If I'm here on your show, that means I'm not on my show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that means. Harley G is very interesting. He's like me. He's got as many haters as he has people that like his ass. But he's got a lot of people that like him. Hey, thank you, Wild Card, for rating. See you, Ghost Viral Skills. Thank you, Hardwire. Oh, it's good to see you, man. Frank Jr., listen, Harley is not going to do it. It's not going to make it. There's no room for the choice. Me more if I'm sitting in a club. The choice comes in. I'm not going to like it. He choice listens. Harley's crazy. Well, a lot of people say that. I guess the proof will be in the pudding. Half a dozen bikers pine boxes in my area in the last week. So to cell phones in drivers' hands. Yeah, Steve. Yeah. Half a dozen bikers dead. Jesus, that's crazy. All right, Mike. Any last words before we get out of here?
No, I just wanted to have fun letting you know that came through with the raid.
There's a new thing going on Snapchat. They've added this new thing. When somebody pops into the room, they throw it up on the screen. They didn't used to have that before.
I've never used Snapchat, so I don't know.
StreamYard. When you come on, now they throw this big green thing up that says the new guy's in the room. That's brand new. Yeah.
I haven't brought anyone on yet, so.
Oh, come on. Hey, you're having a hard time getting the audio, Biker News Canada?
No, I hear you fine. No, I'm off my stream. Yeah, because I went into the library. I can share you the whole tape, but I can't share you the audio only.
Wow.
Out of StreamYard's library. I know when you hit share, when you're done your recording.
You should hit download.
Yes.
And when you hit download, it gives you the option to download the audio only.
But I've already done the download part into my library. So it's downloaded now.
It should have downloaded just the audio.
Yeah, you can download it, the video and the audio, or just the audio.
Right.
So you'll have to download it again.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm past that stage. So is there a way to download it a second time?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You just go back in there.
Yeah, you just go back in there and hit download and then say audio only.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'll check that out then when we get off. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
All right. Hey, you guys, take care. Have a great evening. Thanks. Have a great weekend, Mike.
Yeah, you too. You guys
there
too.
by the-
Yeah, you're right. That's exactly what it did. Thank you.
Yeah, you're gonna learn it. It's cool stuff.
It's all these little buttons. I don't really necessarily know what they mean because I don't use them.
But
now
you have used it, and now you know.
Now I know. Thank you, guys.
That's
I
right.
appreciate it. All these little tips. You guys are the ones who've helped me out the whole way through, and I love you guys.
Oh, vice versa, bro.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Man.
It's awesome.
It's been a great trip.
All right, you guys take care. Have a great one.
Thanks, guys.
All right, and it's your boy Black Dragon. Thanks for tuning in, man. Make sure to get my newest book, the Motorcycle Club Protocol 101. Motorcycle Club Protocol 101. Please get that book out there for you at blackdragonsgear.com, and also listen to us daily at the Dragon's Lair Motorcycle Chaos. You will find that on Spreaker and iHeartRadio and every place else where you get your podcast. Hey, I'm Black Dragon. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Have a great weekend and be safe. And, what we want you guys to do in Canada is work that out with nobody getting killed. And it's what I told Harley last night. You are in charge of a lot of lives. A lot of people are believing in you. And you got to think of the long game and not the little shit. Hopefully that sticks. We hate to see what happened up there happen again, because just too many people who believe it's the leaders' jobs to keep them alive. I don't ever want to see you as a military person die for what you believe in. I want to make it to where that doesn't have to happen. All right, try to find some way to treat someone you love in the motorcycle club world individually as solid pieces of precious gold, and you'll have a better motorcycle club career. Thanks for tuning in, and get skinny. Prepare yourself to take the helm as president of your mighty motorcycle club by delving into the pages of Black Dragon's newest book, The President's Bible, Chronicle 1, Principles of Motorcycle Club Leadership. There you will learn to advance your skills in applying the 14 scientific principles of leadership similar to those taught to officers in the United States Naval Service. Available in hardcover, paperback, and ebook. Get yours today on Amazon, Kindle, or order it at your local bookstore. Order your autographed copy from blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club president you can be. Get the book.
Get Black Dragon's first book, The Prospect's Bible, to learn how to join a motorcycle club. It has been an Amazon #1 bestseller for the past 7 years and is required reading for over 3,000 motorcycle clubs worldwide. This book is a must-have for new people venturing onto the motorcycle club set. It will teach you how to prepare yourself for service to the motorcycle club nation and show you how to qualify a motorcycle club to be worthy of your service. Available on Amazon, Kindle, and for order at your local bookstore. Get your autographed copy at blackdragonsgear.com. Be the best motorcycle club prospect you can be. Get the book.